How's it going? I think it's been about 3 weeks since I did the last couple videos, and I say I actually have like 10 followers. So hey, thank you for following if you're one of them. About 3 weeks ago, I had a little minor eye surgery. Um, I had like a little growth on my eye, and I don't know the name of the actual uh, the medical term for it. It's weirdly spelled. It's a lot like that word pterodactyl. It starts with a P and a T and all that. It's one of those. Um, Common name is like surfer's eye, even though I don't surf. Um, but yeah, real small. Had a doctor cut it off, and the cure was probably a little bit worse than what the actual thing was. And turns out like full recovery is about 3 months, and I'm 3 weeks into it. So still pretty light sensitive, which is why I got the glasses. And where the surgery was, it was also really red and bloodshot. So is what it is. Just probably for the next couple of videos, I'll probably end up having sunglasses on. So uh, haven't been uh, completely absent, from thinking about videos and everything. And one of the videos I wanted to put out, or one of the ideas, is basically, what's the new retirement? Um, my youngest child, she'll be graduating, I think, in August from nursing school at 20 years old. And if she chooses, if she wants, and if she also gets a job that's still close to home, I really don't have any problem with her living at home for a few years, um, because you know lives here, getting used to a job. She doesn't need to also learn how to live on her own just yet, unless of course she wants to. But in doing that, I'm going to try to get her into the habit of saving, for if the nursing job has a 401k or anything like that. And really, what the new retirement is the first 4 to 5 years after you graduate high school, or college, is to save about $2,000, or as much as you can, but ideally $2,000 a month, and put that in a retirement account, only for about 4 or 5 years. And if you were to do that, uh, if you do $2,000 a month, and put it in an account for, assume that it makes 8%. After about 4 years, you'll have roughly 112,000, if all goes well. If you were to stop putting any money down for that, after that 4 years, let me do the math real quick. Okay, like if you just took that 100, we'll say 112,000, left it in there, didn't save any more money for the rest of your working life, and we'll assume 60, but you still averaged about 8% interest rate, throughout the entire time. When you're 60, you'll have basically $2 million, and like that's awesome. I mean, like, imagine being 24 years old, and for lack of a better word, you're on coast by. Like, the money's in there. If you don't want to invest any more money, you really don't, unless you just want to retire even earlier. But at 60, like, you have $2 million. That's great. If you continued, depending on the job you get, threw if you threw $100 extra, um, you'd have 2.25 million dollars. Two and a quarter, essentially, and it's just with $100. providing you don't go in debt, you don't drown yourself in student loan debt, you don't buy more car than what you can afford, you don't buy more house than what you can afford. Uh, you're pretty much done, and it's only a matter of time. And if you want to retire earlier, you can, or if you just want to stop and then just kind of work, and instead of having to later on invest 2, 3, or whatever amount of money, you can actually kind of go on your trips and vacations and stuff like that, because essentially you put all the money, all the work was done up front, and all it requires is, like, your parents help a little bit in not giving her money, but if I can guide her uh, over the 3 or 4 or whatever she decides to live at home, she's got it made. And she's graduate from nursing school at 20 years old, um, zero debt because I'm bankrolling it. But she's going to junior college. Um, if she chooses to do registered nurse or to become an RN, she can do that. If she, like, the medical field's pretty big, and she can go any direction she wants. And if you think a little bit outside the box and do stuff that's relatively not as common, don't major in dumb stuff, you kind of got it good. Like, of course, the economy can collapse. Of course, any number of things can happen. But are you going to live your life not making not making any decisions because you're scared of what's going on? And for all those people, you could be scared for 10 years, you could be scared for 20 years, and all you're going to have to show for it is an older body with nothing, with no action taken. And you have to make action. And then, unfortunately, sometimes you have to react to certain things. And I don't know if I've said anything like that. As much as you can, you don't want to be reacting to stuff. But things happen, and you call an audible. It's like, okay, well, AI jobs are supposedly going to take over everything. They might take over some stuff. They might take over entry level jobs or low, like, not the complicated jobs, like the low skilled jobs. They might legitimately, um, but, like, say if you went to like, unfortunately, hopefully nobody goes in debt for, like, digital marketing or anything like that. But say if you went into digital marketing and AI just happens to completely wipe digital marketing jobs out. You still have skills. You just have to pivot. Maybe instead of digital marketing, maybe you get into tech somewhere, or maybe you get into consulting. Like, over a 20-year career or work span or lifespan, like, imagine how much has changed just to the years 2025. Imagine how much has changed just in 25 years. In 2050, it's going to be just as different, if not more, because things seem like they're moving uh, even faster than what they did 25 years ago. So for parents, if you love your kids, teach them, their greatest asset, and this is where we're all equal, is time. Their greatest asset is time. If they're 18 years old, if they're 20 years old, they have just as much time as a billionaire that has a child at 18 or 20. Like, you could be poor at 18 years old, or you can be super rich at 18 years old. You have the same amount of time as everybody else. And also, time is your greatest asset. So quit fiddling around in your early years. Like, sock away as much money as you can afford, and do that for 4 or 5 years. Parents, if you can help your kids out, letting them sleep at home or stay at home, do that. Uh, don't hate on your kids. Like, don't set them up for failure. Life is harder now than what it was, when we were growing up. So if you have the ability, try to. From the kids, or like, you're not kids, you're 18 years old, 20 years old, stuff like that. Uh, Even if your parents don't let you live there at home, there are ways. Like, you can get roommates, you can live as cheaply as possible, and you just sock away money. You're still going to be young at 24. Believe me. I wish I could be 24. I'll still be young at 30. I wish I could be 30. Uh, all the older people always are going to wish that they could be younger, and for whatever reason, the younger people always wish that they could be older. Probably 30 is where things start changing, or maybe 25, somewhere around there. But it will eventually flip. Um, so yeah, that's all I kind of want to talk about. The new retirement. Don't wait till you're 30 to take it seriously. Take it seriously when you're 18, 19, 20 years old. Front load everything and just kind of go coast by. You can make it. It's not rocket science, but you got to put in the work. You got to put in the effort and save the money. So if you have any comments, please leave them down below. If you like the video, hit that thumbs up. I'll probably have videos like this every so often. I'm not retired, but I could retire tomorrow if I wanted to. If you didn't know or watch any of the other videos, I retired from the military in 2018 and now work in cybersecurity. So I'm basically kind of like double fisting. I have, a pretty good pension and, some disability, and I have a good job at cybersecurity. Um, and it pays, pretty well. So I'm saving a lot of money, and all the stuff that I couldn't do, like just not talking this video, all the stuff that I couldn't or didn't do when I was 20 years old or 21 years old, first in the military, uh, man, I would have been way better off if I would have just, like that first enlistment, if I just would have sought way one enlistment worth of money. Um, I probably would have no reason to even work in cybersecurity. So things to think about. So I'll see you later. Probably do a couple videos today. Got to catch up on all the ideas that I had. And all right, I'll see you.